Hi, I'm Rasik, and today I'll be uh, talking about Mount Everest. Um, so why I chose Mount Everest was because uh, it's something that represents my home country of Nepal. Um, so as everyone knows, Mount Everest is the tallest peak, the highest point in the world, and it stands 8,848 meters above sea level. Um, the peak of Mount Everest is actually quite interesting because it shares uh, the peak with two countries, Nepal and China. So the south side of Mount Everest um, is Nepal, whereas the north side is China. Um, Here's a fun fact. So the the outdoor apparel company, the North Face, it was actually named after the north side of Mount Everest. Um, so the first people to summit Mount Everest was um, Sir Edmund Hillary and his Sherpa guide Tenzing Norgay Sherpa. So Edmund Hillary was from New Zealand, and I believe he was a part of the British expedition team in 1953. Um, so Mount Everest is so people cannot climb Mount Everest in a single day. Um, it takes almost 2 months to climb Mount Everest. Um, so the so and the price to climb Mount Everest isn't affordable for most people. Also, uh, it's normally around 50,000 dollars or so. Um, so uh, Mount Everest is also a dangerous place. It's not for the faint-hearted, because there have been many deaths in Mount Everest while people try to summit it, and so the journey starts uh, from the base camp, uh, which is already a hard hike, and most people just go to the base Everest base camp and they just um, and that's it. They don't go any further up. But some people who do go further up, they need some Sherpa guides with them. Uh, and these Sherpas are really strong because they need to carry the food, the waste that people leave on the mountain. Uh, they need to carry medical equipments, and uh, each of them carry half a dozen oxygen cylinder tanks. Um, so yeah. Um, so the journey starts from Everest Base Camp, and I believe people have to spend at least 2 weeks there before they can start the journey, because they have to adjust to the high altitude before they can start. Um, so from there, they people pass through Khumbu Icefall. So Khumbu is uh, at the south side of Mount Everest, so the side of my country. Uh, it's a huge glacier with many crevasses, and it's also a dangerous part of the hike of the summit. Um, then after passing through the Khumbu Icefall, they uh, they go to the South Pole, and from there the number of camps start. I believe there are three camps. The third camp being right above the death zone. So death zone is the margin after which the air gets thinner and the winds take up speed. The winds are like category 3 hurricane or something. And it's just it's just really unfavorable, but people actually do it for passion. um, so the final reach, the final hike is, um, they do it in a single day, but they have to start the hike at like 3 a.m. in the morning, uh, with oxygen tanks, obviously, because if they cannot uh, reach the summit and be down before like afternoon, then the weather is really unpredictable, so it gets really windy, uh, and that's really dangerous. So um, and also the hikers cannot spend like more than 15 minutes, I believe, on the summit, because they need to give chance to other hikers too, because it usually gets really crowded up there, because it's a famous hiking. Uh, it's let's just say it's a bucket list for most people uh, who can afford the hike, and some of them, some unlucky uh, hikers, they might reach the summit, they might not, but they might also uh, die on their way down if they um, if they're unlucky. And there have been like many bodies found buried in the snow and uh, near the summit, and so some are at places people cannot reach, uh, but some of them um, are taken down by the Sherpas. Um, the another dangerous part of Mount Everest is uh, the temperature. So it gets like negative, like really cold. So most people who decide to summit Mount Everest, uh, if they come back alive, they have frostbites, um, and they lose some of their fingers. I personally don't want to hike Mount Everest. Um, it's not worth risking your fingers. Um, so, um, so um, yeah, I think that's all I can think of Mount Everest.